Alright guys, today's video is going to be slightly different. I'm going to compare sardines in tomato sauce, and I won't only do that. Mr. Momo is going to compare them as well, if he will, but also I'm going to turn these into fish cakes. So I was always curious. Normally I buy this brand, which is my local supermarket, just sardines in tomato sauce. Originally I used to buy this John West brand, and it's nice, and then for some reason it was out of stock for a long time, and I started to buy this one, and all of them are slightly different, however pretty much the same at the same time. And it made me think like, okay, these supermarket brands, are these actually the same thing, just put in a different packaging? And is any of these the same as this one? It makes me think. So again, I'm going to compare all of these, and then obviously I'm not gonna let them go to waste. I'm going to turn them into fish cakes, so there is some sort of cooking involved as well. Alright, so what we're gonna do, just going to open all of these. And see if there is any difference at all. This was the most expensive, the Waitrose one. Tesco was 50p, Waitrose was £1. Sainsbury's is about 60p, so very close to Tesco's. And so is this other brand. Made a mess. And then we have the John West brand. Alright, I'm very curious how different they gonna be compared to each other. Let's see how they compare. Oh, this one is falling apart already. Okay. I think my question is like, is there only one factory who produces all of these products under different brand names, or is it actually different factories? Very curious. Okay, so initial taste test, and of course I have them in the same order. Now I'm very curious. So this is Waitrose. Then we have Tesco. Can't taste any difference. Then we have Sainsbury. Again, no difference. Then we have Alva, again no difference, and we have John West at the end. No difference. So to me, all of these five taste about the same. Now let's see if I can get Mr. Momo to have a sniff test. Is he going to be excited or not? Okay, Mr. Momo, sorry to wake you up. I'm extremely sorry to do so, but I need you to sniff these products. Hello, Mr. Momo. You are sniffing the wrong way. So we got sardines. Are we interested in any of these products or not? Look, Mr. Momo. Mr. Momo, look, Sardine A, B, C, D, E. No? No interested? At least have a sniff. No, come on. Come on, buddy. It's fish. You like fish? No? Mr. Momo does not approve. Oh well. Okay. Alright, guys. Unfortunately, Mr. Momo said no. He's not interested in my sardines. So he didn't even sniff them properly. So I'm still going to use all these little pieces of fish. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer these as they are, maybe without the tomato sauce, so I won't put all the tomato sauce. Will I? No, I will. Okay, so I'm going to put all the tomato sauce as well. Most of it. This is actually interesting. I've made fish cakes many times before. Used to be a staple on the menu in the restaurants that I used to work in. But nowadays fish cakes are not so popular. So I'm just going to break these down. It's quite wet. Okay, it's quite wet because I used all the tomato sauce. Probably for this purpose sardines in oil would be more sufficient, but I want to try this way, and if this works, then that means that we can make fish cakes on the cheap, on the very cheap. Now to make the fish cakes, I've already made some baked potatoes. And of course you can just boil potatoes if you like, but we need some sort of starch to bring the fish cakes together. So I'm just going to peel these potatoes and then break them with the fish. I'm going to add some herbs. I have some dill, some chives and parsley, and I also have some shallots which I'm going to dice. And then to go with the fish cakes, originally I thought I'm going to share, there is some sort of controversy, because in Hungary tartar sauce is completely different than it is in the UK. So tartar sauce in Hungary, it consists of mayonnaise, and then you add some sour cream and white wine. So that's if you go to Hungary, if you go to a restaurant, traditional restaurant that is, and if you order any sort of fish product, and if they're gonna serve it with tartar sauce, it's going to be this kind of tartar sauce. Now that's completely different from the UK. UK, they always add, so basically it's mayonnaise, capers, gherkins, maybe a bit of dill, a bit of parsley, lemon zest, lemon juice. So it's a very sharp condiment. But in Hungary it's different. So what I thought, I'm going to share with you the Hungarian version. And originally I thought to myself, maybe I'm going to make the Hungarian version and turn it into the British, but I changed my mind, because actually I prefer the Hungarian version. It's not as sharp and it goes really well with fish and chicken meals. So that's what I'm going to show you. Alright, and then I'm going to also serve some salad with the fish cakes. So for the fish cakes I'm going to add dill, fresh dill, quite a bit. Dill is very good complement to fish. Then we have parsley, quite a lot. and chives. And I'm going to add some lemon zest. And then salt and pepper. And then some shallots. All right, that's about it. And fish cakes, I've never actually seen fish cakes before I came to the UK. We don't have them in Hungary, but then we don't actually eat much fish either, which makes sense because we are landlocked, although we have plenty of freshwater fish, trout, carp, all this kind of fish, but at least with my family, fish was not very popular. I'm just going to mix everything up quickly. This is actually quite exciting because I've never made fish cakes from sardines before, but there is no reason why this shouldn't work. Okay, let's try the mix. Yeah, it works. Needs a bit more seasoning, but it works well. Amazing, actually. I think I'm going to add the other half of the shallot. Very tasty. I'm very happy. And of course this is a very budget-friendly fish cake. And the end result is going to be amazing. I can already tell you that. Very tasty. Wow. Okay. Mix this up and then set aside. Then we're gonna make some Hungarian tartar sauce. And before you say anything, yes, we also have the French-British version of tartar sauce in Hungary, but we actually call it remoulade. So that's called remoulade, and then what we call tartar sauce is what I'm going to prepare. Okay, this is done. Amazing. Okay, next I'm going to prepare the mayonnaise slash tartar sauce. For that I'm just going to use the egg yolk and it's old school. Everybody knows how to make mayonnaise, or mostly everyone. It's funny, in the 90s when I was starting my apprenticeship, we always made mayonnaise. We never bought it in because my boss would have never spent money on these kind of things, or chips or potatoes. Everything was made in-house, which of course for me it was a good thing because I've learned how to do things from scratch. So I'm going to use some Dijon mustard, add it to the egg yolk, and lemon juice. And then this egg white I'm going to keep, and then I'm going to use it to pane the fish cakes. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of the lemon juice, not too much. And I'm using 2 egg yolks, which means I can use about 200 ml of oil to make the mayonnaise. And it is very simple. All you have to do is add the oil little by little so that the mix won't split. You can see I'm adding the oil little by little. Okay, you can see as the mayonnaise is starting to thicken. Okay, that's about it. I'm not going to add too much oil to this. So our base mayonnaise is pretty much ready. I don't think I've added any salt yet. Bit of salt, maybe a bit more lemon juice. Okay, so that's your base mayonnaise. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of icing sugar as well. Not much, but it needs a bit of sugar. Okay, so that's your base mayonnaise. Tastes nice. Good. Okay, now to this, to turn it into Hungarian-style tartar sauce, I'm going to add a bit of white wine and sour cream. So this much white wine, how much? And bit of sour cream. Oh yeah. A bit more salt. Tiny bit more sugar. This is completely different from the French or the British version. Alright guys, I'm going to make a simple salad of salad leaves, fennel, cherry tomatoes and beetroot. This is going to go really well with the fish cakes. Okay, I'm just going to add a bit of balsamic vinegar reduction. Simple. And a bit of soy sauce. And of course, olive oil. Okay, that's done. Okay, as I said, I'm going to use the egg white for the pane, but I think I'm going to add one extra egg. Done. And although I prefer beef dripping, today I'm going to fry these in sunflower oil. Okay, so this is quite a bit of mix, and I'm going to make not too big fish cakes, so we will have quite a few. Then of course frying won't take too long because everything in this fish cake is already cooked. So you're basically just frying off the pane. Very simple. Alright, first batch is done. Few more to go, and then I'm going to plate up. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this simple recipe and very budget friendly fish cakes made from sardines. I mean, what can go wrong? Hey, extremely budget friendly, tasty, filling, and then of course we have the Hungarian style tartar sauce, not as punchy, not as sharp as the British French version. I highly recommend to try it. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I shall see you soon. Thanks for watching.